in their respective app store on iOS and Android devices. While you download, make sure to rate and leave a comment. Both apps are free.
ZingoTV is also available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire, and Fire TV sticks, Roku and Roku sticks, and all smart TVs 2016 forward.
Okay, so welcome to the show, guys. This is Controlled Chaos, where anything can happen within reason. I'm Warren J. again, and this is Tamara Siobhan. So, Tamara, what's been going on with your life lately?
New Year's was aggressive.
Okay, let's hear about it.
Well, I mean, the World Juniors. I've been watching. Do you watch the World Juniors?
I didn't actually. No.
Okay, so I'm like obsessed with the World Juniors. That's like my jam. So they won yesterday against Finland. So naturally, I started blacking out like immediately.
Of course.
Yeah, I had to do it for Team Canada. And I don't even know, man. Honestly, I looked at my Instagram story and I was like, oh, there's a clear cutoff. It's like me scream shouting Kanye West lyrics and then nothing, just radio silence. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I like had to wake up today and drive to Pickering, which I mean wasn't in the best state. So but I mean I don't have any resolutions. You have a resolution? I don't have one. My resolution is to like be a Sagittarius, keep being who I am.
Yeah, just do you. It's a good one.
Yeah. What's your resolution?
I'm doing like a dry January. I'm giving up smoking, no drinking drugs, anything like that for a while. Just kind of buckle down, get serious about, fitness and health, breathing exercises, meditation, all that fun stuff. Be Mr. Boring for a little while. And then see how long I decide to go. Maybe go longer than January. But yeah, that's basically it, right? December was like a little bit of a party month for me. So now I'm kind of tapering off and, doing all the grown up stuff. And, that's it. I'm just going to get a little bit more boring, but you gotta moderate it, I guess, every now and then.
I have no interest. There's no point. I love how everyone's so like, oh my gosh, like 2020, can't wait for it to be over. I'm like, it's the same thing. Like, it's like, what do you think? You think that everyone's going to wake up with the vaccine on January 1st? We're all going to raid bars and black out, like, in what? Like, no, it's the same year. We're still in the same year, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, it is very arbitrary, the whole New Year's thing. Like, I find New Year's resolutions to be rather cliche. This was just something that was like a while coming anyway, right? And so I just decided to set it for that day just because. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's like if you had a crappy 2020, it's not just all of a sudden going to get better. That's what I hate people's like, idea that like, oh my God, yeah, finally 2020 is over. It's like, dude, like, you got plans for 2021? Like, what's your strategy? Because like, dude, you're just going to fumble your way through it like you did last year, right? Like I had a great 2020, 2021's shaping up to be even better. So like, I don't know, I'm living in my own weird little bubble in this world right now where like things just seem to be incrementally getting better.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fortunate anyway. So that's
like people are like, 2020. I'm like, have you ever considered it might have been you as well? You might be garbage at life.
Yeah, no one thinks about that, right? It's the same thing with like when people are just like, oh my God, I've had all these horrible relationships. And I'm like, maybe the common denominator is that you're not great in relationships. And like, like it's the same thing. It's like if your years are getting like, if they just suck every year, like, dude, the problem is you, right? Like you can't just flip a calendar and all of a sudden things are going to get magically better.
Honestly, like because like at Ivan's house, like they have everything, darts, foosball table, whatever. And it was just crazy because there's this, like, Ivan, there's foosball happening and every single game was being lost over and over and over again. And like challenges just kept arising, like, I challenge you to this, like all these different people. It's like, dude, if you're losing every game, like you might just be bad at this game.
Yeah, it might not be for you, right? Like there's plenty of other things. Try pool, right? Like, oh boy.
Which there is a pool table, so that's sweet. But yeah, did you do anything? How did that song go?
Oh my God, yeah, it was great. Loved it. Yeah, knocked it out of the park tomorrow. It was a special moment. It was yeah, it was really good.
Do you sing that like in front of her parents?
No, it wasn't in front of her parents. We didn't
Imagine.
do because of COVID. We didn't go over to her parents' house, so we just did our own little thing. I got a goose. Hey, I bought a Christmas goose, which, like, by the way, is damn near impossible to find. Like the day before Christmas, I had to like call up like 10 butcher shops. This thing was a dry aged goose. It's like $104. But I made this goose and it was delicious. It actually turned out really good. I was getting my Ketamese or Scrooge on, so it was good, and we enjoyed the hell out of that. It's a very fatty bird, kind of gamey. He's like a cross between a duck and a turkey, kind of. I'd never had goose before, so I was pretty pleased that that was my first attempt at cooking Christmas dinner, and it was like pretty damn good.
You know that I haven't had goose before. Because is it like anything like duck?
Similar, yeah. It's kind of like a cross between a duck and turkey. Very fatty bird. You get like tons of like schmaltz off it. So I'm gonna make like like potato latkes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like goose fat is like the Rolls Royce of fat to cook with, right? Like duck fat's delicious. Goose fat, oh my God, even better, right? So
really?
yeah, you gotta have like a baster and you gotta extract a lot of fat that kind of melts off the bird. You gotta perforate the skin all the way along so that it like it drains out properly and stuff like that. So there's like a serious method to it. But yeah, I did a pretty damn good job. I was like actually shocked at how good it was. So that was
I
cool.
will say that I have entered and won a Cornish hen eating contest once.
Nice. A Cornish hen eating contest?
Yeah.
Like to see who like to eat it the quickest type of thing, or
You got to eat 6. I ate them all.
holy crap. I mean, they are small, right? Cornish game hens is like, that's pretty much the next size up from the quail, right? If you do like, yeah.
But I ate 6 in like 2 minutes and 30 something seconds.
Oh, damn, girl. That's impressive. That is like, holy crap. 6. You know what? That's a very impressive feat. How many people were in the contest?
10. I can't wait until my body, like, I can't wait until like I die and they open my body up. They're like, what was this girl doing?
It's like when they cut open a shark, it's like a tire and old boot. Like, good God.
Literally. But that was back in like, I was what, 19. So
Okay, not bad. Yeah. You know what I want to do for, I think, next Christmas, because this was again my first attempt at like actually doing a Christmas dinner, roasting a bird and all that stuff. I've always just helped out with Christmas dinners at other people's places. I want to do what I like to call birdception. So it'll be, like turducken, right? I want to take it to an even more extreme where it's like a quail inside a Cornish game hen, inside a chicken, inside a duck, inside a goose, inside a turkey, like just like like a Russian nesting doll of birds.
That sounds so good. I know. It sounds so good. I miss like having good food like that. Like, I mean, I do now, but like when I was living in China and like they have their like Peking duck and like the whole process of everything, it's just, man, that sounds so good. You're making me hungry.
Yeah, I know. I'm like getting a little bit hungry thinking about it myself. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Just the thought of that. I was like, you know what? It's way too ambitious for the first time, right? I'm like, let's go with get the goose out of the way, and that's like the practice run. And then next I'll get like real crazy with it. I mean, I was a cook and chef in my past life, right? I went to culinary school when I was like 17, 18. So like I do have.
You have all the knives and stuff.
Yeah, I got good. Well, my knives are decent. I've had them since culinary school. I just got a whetstone and sharpened them the other day, but I got to do a more thorough job. But I do have like a pretty good set of knives and all of that stuff. So like, it's kind of muscle memory, right? It comes back to you after a while. I haven't worked in restaurants for quite a while, but but some other weird stuff is going on, man. So this isn't really a Christmas or New Year related thing, but my cat, I got 2 cats, right? And Tiffany, the female, is like, she's in heat right now. She's on her period or something. She's like acting crazy and she's meowing. Like, so she's like meowing for attention, right? Because I got the male neutered, and I didn't get her spayed. I might, because I found out that there's a higher risk of cancer, but I want to put her into shows. And if you're going to do like the pedigree champion, like top league of cat shows, then they can't be spayed or neutered, right? So I had to get one spayed or neutered, and I got the boy neutered. But then, yeah, I didn't get her spayed. So she's like in heat and she's actively like trying to get some dick, right? Like just making like all these crazy sounds. And she's actually meowing my name and she enunciates it perfectly. She's like, Warren. I'm like, what in God's name is this? Like my cat is possessed or something. It's scary. Like it's actually freaky. And I tried to go and I put it on my Instagram story. I tried to like go and film her like whenever she does it. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta capture this on film. And then anytime I pull out the camera and she sees that I have the phone and I'm filming her, she just like, and just like walks away like she won't do it. You know, like it's like those old Warner Brother cartoons with the frog that's dancing around and like he's like singing all these like old Showtimey like you know, like hello my baby, hello my darling, hello my ragtime gal.
And they're like dancing.
Yeah, the dancing frog with the top hat and the cane.
Yeah.
And then like the guy goes to show everybody. They come over and like he's just like ribbit sitting there. She does that. It's wild,
That's
man.
crazy.
It's scary. Like perfect, like pronounces the N like Warren. I'm like, oh, like what the
She's like a phonetics teacher. Like she's like on this.
Yeah, dude, it's wild. It's like I don't know. Like she doesn't say anything else. So I'm like, did you learn to say my name? Like, or did you just like I don't know? Is that the one sound? Somehow my parents, without realizing it, named me the one name that cats know how to say.
Maybe all animals can actually talk and they're just playing dumb.
Well, I mean, like
she's baiting
like
out.
Cats are definitely very intuitive animals, you know, a little bit on the psychic side, I would say, right? Like they're just they kind of have that, I don't know, they know, they understand situations very well, whereas dogs will have a little bit less awareness of their surroundings. Cats, like, you know, they really, you know, they pick up on things. And that's the other thing, was like my crazy ass ex, she was around for the formative years of this cat's. When you think about how many cat years is in one human year, she was there for the first couple months of this cat's life. So like its psychological development, she's left like a weird imprint on, you know, like this cat. So it's got all these like, you know, strange personality quirks, and like, you know, just it reminds me of my ex sometimes. I'm just like, oh God. Like her, she's like channeling her spirit and shouting my name, harassing me.
Oh my God.
My animal. Yeah, I'm just like, is this cat possessed by my ex? Like, I gotta sage my cat now. I don't know what the hell to do.
This could be like a TV show.
It's bizarre. It's like, and she's been doing it for like 2 days or more. Like me and my girlfriend just crack up. We'll be sitting laying in bed and like just hear the cat like calling from the other room, or like trying to have sex. And this animal's just like shouting my name. I'm like, joke's on you. I could perform through anything. Like honestly, if I had a better didn't have such a good relationship with my parents and my finances weren't in order, I could definitely do porn. Like I have that kind of focus, right? I've screwed in front of crowds. It's not a big deal. But yeah,
that kind of focus
just tries to throw me off my game. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like this is not cool. Like I get it. It's not cool banging in front of the kids, but like I'm in a studio apartment. Like, what do you want me to do? Right? I'm moving into a loft studio. I'll have a bedroom door I can shut, but like for now, it is what it is. Like, you know, we're just doing what we can, rubbing sticks together to make fire out here. But yeah, my cat's like heckling my sex. Just like, God damn, what a weird life. Like I don't know, man. My life is like a fairy tale, but like Shrek version of a fairy tale. Like it's just like all this magic stuff it has going on, but it's just like really weird and bizarre and funny. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like I don't know, man. It's difficult to explain.
I'm glad, like, I mean, I hope that energy stays in 2020. Literally like 3 of my exes hit me up in the last like buzzer beater 3 days, being like, it's just so weird. Like I'm like, no, like who wants to carry this into the new year?
Yeah.
But like insane. One of them's like trying to go on one of them's moving back to Ontario. I haven't seen him in like years. Didn't end well. I thought.
That was just your experience, Tamara. Clearly, this man had other ideas.
Right? It's like I was under the impression that we were never going to talk again, but lo and behold, like random Facebook Messenger. I'm like, this thing needs to die. Like this app is brutal. Yeah. Like it's so brutal that people just get in contact with you. But anyway, out of nowhere, it's like, yeah, I'm moving back to the province, and I'm like, okay. And it's like, yeah, we should hang out. It's like, are you aware of anything that's going on right now? So for the first couple days, I kept trying to like sprinkle in, like, I'm with someone. It's like, okay, cool, me too. We should go on a double date. I was like, I don't know
What?
what's happening. Dude, I don't know what's
Why?
happening.
Who would want to do that? Even if the relationship ended well, I wouldn't want to do that. This is weird. Like, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I'm not sure.
No, it's actually crazy. Like, I don't really know. I'm gonna do it just because I think it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, well, it is good. That's the thing, right? It's like you'll get some material out of it. So like, that's the sacrifice, the trade off. See what happens. It could be awkward, but awkward's funny.
Yeah, you know what? It's like I don't have to go on. I'll do it when stand-up's fully back and I get to go on stage.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's how my relationship ended.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Yeah. So it's been wild, man. I don't know. That's a good, yeah, I can't wait for stand up to be back on and everything to like kind of return to some sort of sense of normalcy, It's gonna be good times.
Yeah, whenever that is, like, who knows? I love how they're like, so the vaccine's out, but only the essential workers get it, and everybody else won't get it for another 6 to 12 months. I'm like, okay, so see you in 2022. Like,
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, honestly, like whatever. Like I've kind of lived in a little bit of a bubble. It's like, okay, so I get to wait a year to see what happens to the first people that take it. Like, yeah, I'm cool. Like,
I'm all about I'm all about that. I'm all about batch mentality. Like, you guys are the first batch, I'll be the last batch.
yeah,
Like, let's see
yeah.
what's happening along the way. But it seems to be like okay so far, but like they're calling it like a they're calling it a vaccine apartheid.
A vaccine apartheid.
Yeah,
What's
because
the story behind that?
certain people aren't able to get it, but other people can. And then
Mm.
like certain countries, it's like going so terribly. I'm like, wow, we're really like recycling really horrible words and
Yeah.
using them so dramatically for COVID right now. Like, I get it, but I feel like the Spanish flu apparently lasted like 8 years. I'm like, well,
Whoa, 8 years, damn. I mean, granted, it was a different time technologically and everything like that, the distribution, but like still 8 years, holy woof. That's like, we'll see. We'll see what happens, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know.
it's basically still 2020. Let's be real.
Yeah, this is just 2020 part two. Like people, it's just gonna get weirder. Like there's already all this alien stuff going on in the news. They passed an omnibus
stuff.
So they passed an omnibus bill in Congress, which is like always those big spending bills where they always try and sneak a bunch of stuff in the back door. So part of this omnibus bill, it's not in the actual writing, but it was a comment added to it by some, I don't know if it's a Senate committee, some committee that the Pentagon is going to have to release like alien disclosure, basically all their information on UFOs, all their information, air quotes, because I think this is going to be a controlled narrative. But anyway, they're going to be like spilling the beans about what they know about UFOs and extraterrestrials and all of this stuff. So like, it's about to get real Futurama up in here. Like people have no idea how weird it's going to get. And then the next, like 180 days is the deadline for them to release all that.
Yeah. Like from the States.
Yes. So
like,
like,
it doesn't even believe in COVID. Like, I don't know. First of all, it's all going to be lies. Second of all, it's going to be like, they're going to be like, we have to release. Who's going to monitor that? Who's going to force them to release everything? No one.
Yeah, basically. They're going to be like, oh, sorry, guys, the aliens, we had a meeting and we got to seize all your assets and
yeah, like
microchip you. And, it's just, what are you going to do, right? The aliens. Like, it's just going to be the new justification. It's like the Patriot Act and terrorism and all of that. It's just going to be the same old bullshit song and dance.
Yeah, let me tell you one thing I'm not going to start doing in 2021, trusting the government.
Yeah. Trusting the government. That's a good one.
Apparently Justin Trudeau's in Barbados right now.
He's in Barbados right now? Doing what?
People are trying to, on vacation. And
of course he is. Before he's a politician, he's a professional ski bum and a drama teacher. The guy's he's the definition of a trust fund, baby. He lives off the brand that his dad built. He's such a hack politician. I hate him. So that's like not shocking at all. God, that guy's such a piece of garbage.
Dude, it's like that it's like that guy that went away to St. Bart's or whatever and actually like pre-made his posts, making it look like he was at home in front of the fireplace while he was like on an island. I was like, okay, Don't tell us we can't leave our homes and you're literally halfway across the world.
Yeah, that's like those, you ever seen on the internet videos of like people where like some kid will like they take a video of themselves just sitting there like casually and then they like put it in front of their webcam to be in class on a Zoom thing.
Yeah.
That's like what he's doing pretty much, just like posing, you know, or like those old movies where like someone will be laying like sleeping in the classroom, but they've got like little things that make it look like their eyes are open.
Yeah, like that's literally what this is. It's like Zoom backdrops and like
Oh,
like
God.
literally in this guy's like post, you could hear the waves in the background. The
Yeah.
audacity, like the
Yikes.
waves of like the ocean. And he's like, this Christmas, please be sure to stay home and stay safe. I'm like, you're literally on a beach.
Yeah, it's like, Mr. Speaker, you can hear like the Girls Gone Wild theme music in the background. Jesus. Oh God, what the hell is the world coming to?
It's crazy.
Oh well, politics, right? It's a dirty game. Anyway, I guess we should move on to topics from hat, everybody.
Topics from a hat.
I've got a hat, and inside this hat are some topics. So let's see what we got here. Well, this is going to be an easy one for us. Drunkest you've ever been?
I mean,
well, because we had a similar. What did it was a
vacation?
Oh no, poorest you've ever felt was when I told a story of drunk. Yeah. So we haven't done this one already. Okay, do you want to go first or should I?
You can go first. I'm trying to figure out which time I have been the worst, to be honest.
You're gonna get decision fatigue from trying to nail down the. Okay. Yeah, I'll go first. All right, so I kind of already did one of my drunkest moments with the time that I crashed the fifth floor of the Ramada Inn, which you need a key card to get onto, and crashed in a fire hose closet after going clubbing in Vancouver because I didn't want to. I don't know what happened. But I blacked out and somehow like did Houdini'd my way onto this floor and squatted in this hotel. So that one's already out of the way. But I think the first time I blacked out was a pretty good one because that might have been one of the drunkest that I've ever been. This was in like grade 10. Yeah, me and two buddies got a 60-pounder of gin from the liquor store. I know this is like, and we passed it around. We're like drinking this is when I lived in Surrey. We're drinking at Fleetwood Park at these long benches that people would go and drink at. And we passed around this 60 in like 30 minutes, it was gone. I couldn't have weighed more than 140 pounds in those days, right? Like not an experienced drinker. We drank a lot. And that was, oh my God. Yeah, it was lights out for me. I don't remember, when you black out and you kind of just remember like little shreds of what had happened, like bits and pieces, you're like, you have like little like flashback memories almost of like what happened. So my mom called my phone and I was so drunk that I couldn't even talk. Like I answered the phone and I'm like, kind of just doing that like drunk mumbling, right? I'm like 15, whatever, like young, right? She's pissed. I have work the next day. I was working at a restaurant washing dishes. And
that's the worst place to be when you're hungover.
Yeah. Luckily, it wasn't like a morning shift. It was like 4 or 5 or something that my shift started. But I was like, the hangover was real, right? So my mom, she's like, "What? Like you're drunk or like whatever?" She's freaking the hell out. Like it's just was not cool with what I was doing at all. And so I'm like, I hand the phone to my buddy Levi. I'm like, "Here, could you talk to my mom?" Like for whatever reason, give my buddy the phone to talk to my mom. And he's just like, yeah, we're just hanging out at the thing. Like, I think I told her that we were at the library, which is like several blocks away from where we actually were. And I was so incommunicado drunk, I could barely stand. And so my mom's like flipping out. She's like, "I'm going to come and pick you up." And so like, yeah, I don't know. I guess he basically, what is he going to say, right? He's not Johnny Cochran. Like he's not getting me off for this charge. So, like it is what it is. He's like, yeah, we're just at the thing, like had a bit to drink, whatever. Like pretty much had to admit, it's not like he was throwing me under the bus. Like I was indefensible, right? Just drunk. She knew it. So he hangs the phone up. I'm like, we have to go to the lot. We have to get you to the library because for whatever reason I'd said that we were at this other place because I probably didn't know where I was.
Wow.
Yeah. And so we like everyone's like helping me, like like I'm like a scarecrow, just limp. Everyone's carrying me and helping me go to the
Oh,
down
that's
to
the
the street.
worst.
Yeah, to the library. And I was like, I guess I went to go and take a leak. I was like, well, I walked over like near a fence or something like that, and this girl came over, like she's like asking like what I was doing, but like I was trying to take a pee. Like basically, she messaged me the next day on MSN Messenger. She's like, Warren, you whipped your dick out on me, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm
Free
like,
Louis C.K.
well, I was, yeah, no, like, because I'm like, what context, please? Like, what do you mean, right? I was like, we're like friends, right? I'm like, what the hell happened? And then she's like, well, you were like standing, lean like towards the fence. Like, I think you were like trying to, like, you were going to take a leak or whatever. And I just like kind of walked up on you and you just spun around. You had your dick in your hand. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, that doesn't sound like I was like pulling like some weird Harvey Weinstein type move. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's okay. All right. But yeah, I was a little shocked by that news. I'm like, that's not me. I'm in grade 10. I haven't even showed my dick to any, I'm like, I'm still not sure about the size, if it's adequate or what, right? I'm like, I don't know what the hell, like, I'm sexually awkward. This isn't my move right now. So, yeah, they finally get me to the library. And I'm just like completely pissed wasted. I get in my mom's car. I wake up in the basement. And then like, it was one of those days where like the hangover was the punishment. Like she's just like, you got to go to work. And like, I was just like, dude, I'm like, I feel like crap. Like I'm never going to do this again. And then like, that's why gin is my one liquor. You know how you can get traumatized by a particular alcohol and you're just like, like I can't really drink that anymore.
Yeah.
Gin was my one. Like I've only had it maybe a dozen times since grade 10. Like just a very, very seldom will I drink gin. But yeah, that was my, like, I think drunkest that I've ever been, just because of how young I was and how little I weighed and just didn't have experience. That wasn't cool. And so my mom sent me off to work, and I was just like in a like cold sweats, washing dishes.
That's
like it
sucked, man. That's the worst, when you want to just lay on a floor and like something cold and like, oh, it's brutal. Yeah, tequila's like that for me. It's like I can't do tequila. Really, I can now, I guess. I can't do any hard liquor anymore, though, to be fair, because I used to play like Power Hour with booze, which is so stupid.
What's Power Hour?
Take a shot every minute for an hour.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So 60 shots?
You never, like, that's alcohol poisoning. You never make it there, but like, I mean, like the last time I probably did it was at my friend's cottage with Smirnoff Apple, which is why I can't do vodka. Like I can't do vodka. It was like a whole nightmare. Like I don't even know what happened. My friend's glasses were floating away in the lake. She went to go save them, broke them. She had to come home with half a glasses like on and like the arm off. And I was like, what happened? And that's not even the story.
Oh no. All right.
I think that the worst it's ever been, which is like, I don't know where everybody was. Like, I can't remember. Well, yeah, this part of the story of why it was just me, and my friend Whitney and my friend Alex. Like, I don't know why it was just us three. I feel like one must have went home already for Christmas, and we were just there a little bit later than everybody else. So we decide that we're because this is did I tell you about the stage of when I used to funnel wine?
Like beer bonging it?
Yeah.
Like, you mean?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I just casually mention it. So I used to go to Home Depot and I used to make my own like beer bongs and like funnels. So I made one that was like 6 feet tall, but this wasn't the one that we were using. We were using another one that was like a regular size funnel, but we'd fill it up with wine. And then I would do a Spider-Man chug to try to like get it to hit my brain faster. I don't know. This is crazy. Yeah. So like Spider-Man chug. So I'd get on my bed and I'd chug it upside down.
Holy Jesus Christ.
I mean, and this is the same time, like, because university's stupid. Like you do lots of really dumb stuff. Like I tried that whole like putting, and this is probably why I don't like tequila, putting like tampons in tequila and then putting them under your armpits. Getting drunk that way.
Is it? Oh, it goes into like the pores on the armpits. Oh, okay. I've heard of people putting them in other places. But yeah, I didn't know armpits was works as well.
Yeah, like and honestly, like I was so trash. Like I have like Facebook albums of this still up. So if you want to go and look at that later.
Nice. Scope out the
um,
gallery.
right. Yeah, just like public, don't need a job, whatever.
Yeah. I'd like to be as unemployable as possible, quite frankly. Just burn your ships, right? That old phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Time
no
on,
retreat.
like, very like so anyways, we start, it's just us three, and we go over to my buddy Alex's place, and we're like, okay, like let's hang out, let's do this. So we start beer bonging this wine, which is like super dumb. And we were gonna go to Phil's, and if you've ever been to Waterloo, Phil's is like, you don't need to pre-drink, okay? All drinks are $1.75 there.
What?
Yeah, so you don't like you don't need to pre-drink to go to this bar. You go there with $20 and you can like barely get up the stairs as you're walking out. Like, so I don't know why we thought we should just like fully go ham. So we're like chugging all this wine, and Alex and I and Whitney, like we're all getting like too drunk to leave a house. Like you shouldn't be anywhere but home,
Yeah.
preferably eyes closed in bed. Like, what do you mean you're going out? Like, so we start, like, Alex is just like destroyed. And I thought that I was like taking care of Alex, but me and Whitney thought that we were like being like the moms. But we were just so drunk, we thought things were like good ideas. Like, so he's like standing there, he's like swaying, and I'm like, Alex, he's like, I was born in the bar. Like, it was like so crazy. He's like, you don't know me. He's like trying to fight us before
Oh,
we
really?
like
Oh,
trying to fight
God.
us, like being like, I don't know what you guys are saying. I'm going. I'm like, should we go? He's like, yeah, we're going. We're like, Alex, like, you don't tell me what to do. Like, I know all about bars. I was born in a bar. Like, I was like, okay, whatever. So we're like, yeah, for sure. Let's go.
Yeah.
So we start going. Alex and me and Whitney can't even like stand up. Like, we're like falling all over the sidewalks. People are like honking at us.
Oh my
We're
God.
like leaning on trees. We're taking breaks. Dude, this place is 15 minutes of a walk away.
Mhm.
It took us an hour and 45 minutes to get there. Okay. It took us an hour and 45 minutes to get to this place that literally on my balcony I could see from my house. And so we're like, and it's because things started getting, I don't know what route we decided to take, but halfway through, we're all taking turns of being like, who's holding on to who. Alex is, by this point, like, honestly, the drunkest I've ever seen anybody, to the point where we have to put him into a shopping cart and start wheeling him down to the bar. We're so drunk that we're just like zigzagging this shopping cart. We're carrying our friend to the bar in a shopping cart. Like, go home. Like, like, what?
Yeah.
And so we're hoping that like on the way, Alex is gonna get like more sober. We're all gonna get like start getting things together. It's all gonna be fine. We start making our way down to the street, and we go down this random like pathway because we're like, oh, a shortcut.
Mhm.
It's like, wouldn't we know of a shortcut since we already live here and we've never taken the street before? So we hit a dead end and we hit a fence.
Mhm.
I'm like, I can't go back, guys. Like, I can't go back. We gotta hop the fence. And Whitney's like, are you out of your mind? Like, look at Alex. He's just like laying in a car, like, no. And I'm like, let's do it. So I force Alex. We all give each other boosts. Alex runs and just jumps into the fence and slides down. I like run and I like drop into a ditch. Whitney's like, I don't even know what's happening. We eventually actually got over this fence. And like, but we're like clawing at it. It's like last ditch effort, like really embarrassing moments.
Yeah. Was it like a wooden fence or a chain link fence?
A wooden fence.
Oh, geez. Yeah. That's like, you got nowhere to get a foothold, right? You got to
Yeah.
jump and grab.
That's
And,
why we
oh,
needed the
no.
boost. We had to boost each other. And I
Yeah,
haven't used a boost since I was like 11. Like,
yeah.
and so we like get over this and we're like, we finally arrived. We're like, okay, guys, like, look sober, look sober. We're still trying to go to the bar.
Mhm.
And then we get to the line. We're in line. We're like, okay, we're sobering up. And as soon as we got there, he's like, you guys are blackout drunk. You're not coming in. And we had to go all the way back. So literally, it took us in total 3.5 hours to go to a place that should have been a 15-minute walk and a 15-minute walk back, and no cabs would take us. Nothing.
Okay.
And like, it's like, yeah, obviously we're not gonna get to the bar. We parked our shopping cart outside of Phil's. Like, they literally saw us. Like, we came in a shopping cart. We threw the shopping cart over the like. I don't
I
know
was
why
gonna
we
ask
thought
him
we were
like
getting.
he threw it over the fence.
Yeah,
Oh man.
like, you know what I mean? It's like we can barely get over it. Yeah, so it was rough times. Good old university life, which is why I don't drink hard liquor anymore, basically, or funnel
Yeah.
wine.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, you learn something from the whole experience, and that's all you can really ask for.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow.
I mean, but we've all learned and matured since then, I guess.
Yeah, wisdom, pain, and embarrassment are the price, the tuition cost for wisdom. So it is what it is. It's like the people who make the most mistakes, and I don't know about you, but I've made several. You learn a lot from it. So it's like it's good too, right? People who just play it safe for their entire lives, you don't really, it doesn't build as much character if you can survive all of the dumb shit that you do when you're young. You walk away from it with a little bit of a better sense of like just how wrong things can go. And
Yeah, no, for sure.
Nice.
But I mean, I'm not learning too much of a lesson. I do still like that wine that we got, like the 46 liters we got the other day, like running low.
Oh damn, wow, that's
I mean,
impressive.
I feel like we're not like cooking or anything with it. I just don't understand how it goes so quick. I think that I think he's hid some on me, so
Maybe.
that like I can be surprised by it later.
That's a nice
That's
surprise.
what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that for us.
Otherwise, the surprise might not be as good. You're like, oh wait, we did drink it all. Oh no.
Yeah, I like this surprise. Now it's go to rehab. Anyway, I think it's time for us to move on to everyone's favorite segment. Whose headline is it anyway?
Oh yeah, I got some great ones here. Do you want to start or should I?
I mean, yeah, you start. I'm gonna pull these ones up right here.
Cool.
I have the most insane ones too.
Nice. Yeah, this one really caught my eye. It's a weird one. Chairs taken from outside couple's home returned refurbished. Yeah, I know, right? It's like someone it says here, a New Mexico couple who thought a pair of old dining chairs had been stolen from outside their home returned from a weekend trip to find the thief had returned the chairs with a fresh coat of paint and new upholstery. Well, would you look at that?
What?
Yeah, it's so somebody, I guess, technically that's still theft, right? Because you got to take the chairs, you got to take the chairs in the first place to do it. So like you are committing a crime, and then you're like, I don't know, it's like a Robin Hood type move. It's like you're stealing the chairs, but then you're giving them back better than you took them. So that's a
Wait, where
really
was it
weird.
taken from? Like they're inside of their home?
It said no, from outside their home. That'd be even crazier, hey? Like it's like the Grinch, the Grinch, and then his heart grows 3 sizes, so he fixes it up and gives it back.
Here's your chair.
Yeah. It just says University of New Mexico student Conrad Duran said he spotted the 2 chairs left at the side of the curb on Christmas Eve. And left at the side of the curb. Okay, so maybe they were like throwing them out or something, and then decided to take them home to try and fix them up. So yeah, I just grabbed them and left them outside of my garage door, which is really not that close to the curb. Then I had to go to work.
Just really not that close to the curb.
So okay, so maybe then it was a theft. I don't know how far something has to be from your like, the property line to the house before it's like it's theft, right? Because like I don't know about other places, but I know Toronto, there's a lot. You can pretty much just leave anything. Couches, stuff like that. Like the first place that we moved into here when I moved from BC, like all of our furniture was like sidewalk special. I just would be walking down the street, see a table, I'm like, oh shit, boys, let's go. Like we go and grab the tables and like chairs, couches, like the whole house was just filled, and it was all pretty decent stuff too. It wasn't like holes in it, crappy furniture. Like people leave out decent stuff.
But they're saying that he's saying that it was outside of his garage.
Yeah, exactly. Like not right at the curb where garbage would go, but like, close enough to the house where I feel like that's probably technically theft. And then so the guy goes on to say, yeah, he went out and found the chairs were stolen. Says, I've gotten a few items stolen from me over the years living here since I moved here. It's one of those things where you come to terms with it. So he clearly felt like the chairs had been stolen. It sounds like, right? Didn't sound like he wanted to part with them. Then he said he and his girlfriend were shocked when they returned from visiting family during the weekend to find the chairs had returned to their porch with a new coat of paint and new upholstery. And he says, I thought they'd been stolen. And lo and behold, they had just taken them, redid them, and returned them as a Christmas gift or something like that. Now they look absolutely beautiful.
I don't know.
Or something like that. It's just, this guy's just like, 2020. Like, I'm not even going to ask.
Yeah. It's like, I don't even want to find this guy. It's weird, but whatever.
Yeah, like, okay, whatever. Why not? Why not this too, right? Like, I feel like that's like, I don't know if this is by design or if it just happens, but it's like, it feels like everything's just, we're being bombarded with so much weirdness that like whatever comes next, we're just like, yeah, of course. Like, why not this? Like, yeah, aliens. Yeah, cool. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Like, nobody's even shocked anymore. We're just like being bombarded with all this like crazy stuff. So yeah, that's what's happening in New Mexico. We got some very generous thieves that are returning things refurbished.
I love how much effort they put into that to be like, I guess what must have happened is that this person has been seeing how I sit on my chairs and wanted to fix them for me. And now it's like, he's just like, whatever. I'm just going to try to make this person look as good as possible because I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, pretty much. Is yeah, I don't know. The guy sounds like he was pretty like, flustered about the whole thing, didn't know what the hell to make of it. And then what is this? It says another case of suspected theft had an unexpectedly happy ending earlier this month when Tommy Cook of Virginia was reunited with his lost 1969 Camaro. He said the Camaro was stolen from his auto repair lot in Woodbridge in 2003. There were no developments in the investigation until Cook himself spotted the car in a Maryland auto shop while looking over another Camaro friend was considering for purchase. Said the car is in better shape now than it was when it was stolen. It now has an engine. Okay, so the person
now has an engine.
Yeah. Person didn't intend to return it, but I guess since it was his property, he was able to recover the vehicle, and now it's got an engine in it. So like, he got it. He made it come up on his stolen goods being recovered with repairs done to them. Good for him. Okay, what do you got over there?
Okay, this article, and what a way to start the new year, because this actually just came out today. Mexico tunnel affair. Man builds secret underground pathway to lover's house, gets busted.
Like it was having an affair with someone and he built like El Chapo style tunnel.
Here we go. A man in Mexico constructed a tunnel, the lengths that you go to Chile. A man in Mexico constructed a tunnel that was joined to his lover's home from his home, but eventually got caught. All was going well. This is actually really funny. All was going well for the couple who were neighbors living in Mexico's neighborhood, Villa de Prado neighborhood. Mm-hmm. The lovers are named Pamela and Alberto. Mm-hmm. According to the local press and their homes in the Tijuana city. However, their secret love affair ended when the husband of the man's lover discovered a tunnel right beneath the couch at his home. First of all, if you're gonna build a tunnel, don't do it in a place that everyone goes to. Like, who's gonna not sit on the couch ever? Like, oh, I got an idea. Let's build this in the hardest place to escape.
Well, yeah, like, is there a picture? Was it like under it? Did you have to like lift up the carpet and there's like a secret hatch and all of this? Like,
and you're gonna die at this? Just wait. The two got caught in the act by Pamela's husband, Jorge, who came home from work earlier one day. The husband was able to spot Alberto behind the couch after failing to find him under the bed. However, Jorge's suspicions went further high when Alberto disappeared from beneath the couch.
He made a quick escape.
The husband discovered a hole in the floor behind the couch. Jorge decided to get to the bottom of this, quite literally, by going inside the tunnel. Oh so he tries to escape, and then the husband jumps down into the tunnel. Now they're both in the lover's tunnel. It led to Jorge. I didn't even know that they said lover's tunnel. That's the next line. It led Jorge to the lover's tunnel, which Alberto had been using to meet Pamela. How crazy is that?
Here's what I don't get. It's like, were they doing this while he was home, and that's why they needed to have a tunnel? Like, if you're doing it while your husband's at work, just let the guy in the friggin' door and like out the door, right? Like, why construct a tunnel? This is like some Wile E. Coyote shit. Like, what is happening?
I didn't even think of that. And like, why don't they just cheat like everybody else?
Yeah, just cheat like a normal person. Let him sneak him in and out the back door, you weirdo. Like, what are you doing? Oh my God. That's
Like,
so
but
crazy.
basically the husband ends up going through the tunnel to Jorge's house and refuses to leave his home until he until he admits that they have a tunnel affair.
Like, how do you deny it? That's like me with on the phone with my mom. It's just like, I knew I was, I'd been made for sure. Like, this guy, I wonder too if that's considered, if someone digs a tunnel into your house and then you take that same tunnel into their house, is that breaking and entering, or are you like, is that fair game? Now you've connected these properties and you can just like enter this guy's home and
I
confront
think
him.
as long as you bring the wife back better than she was before, it's not stealing.
Yeah, exactly. He's all happy and whistling in the kitchen. He's like, all right, whatever, fair enough. You refurbished my woman. She's got a little more spring and a little more bounce to her step now.
Yeah, I think the moral of these two stories so far is that stealing and cheating is okay if you bring it back.
Yeah, like borrowing and stealing are two different things.
Yeah,
right. Like,
stealing is in the eye of the beholder.
yeah. Theft is in the eye of the beholder. Very much subjective thing. Well, that is insane. That's the craziest story I think I've ever heard. Like,
that's how he rang in his New Year. That happened today. The police had to intervene and everything. Imagine you're January 1st, you find a tunnel.
Oh my God. That's like El Chapo. Like, this one man did this. Like, the cartel does this. Like, I figure it's a couple of guys digging these tunnels. Like, I wonder if it was like you crawl through it, or was this like a full on like a mine like that you could walk through?
No, it's a full on tunnel.
Whoa, man, that guy's dedicated.
Like, I want to show you like what it looks like, because it's like, but I mean, I guess I'll send it to you after. But it's a full blown tunnel.
Holy crap, that's insane. I wonder how long that took. Like, that's good. The sex has got to be great, right? If a man's digging tunnels, like, whoa, that's
Like,
impressive.
I'll send you the article after, so you can actually see. Like, it's a full hole in the ground, and it's a full like, you got to dodge rats tunnel.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's quite something. I'm very impressed with that one.
I'm impressed with the dedication. Like, man, you really don't love your significant other, or you love them too much that you don't want to hurt their feelings.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about it if it happened to me, because obviously I've never been in such a situation. But like, I feel like that's like,
you've never been in a tunnel romance affair?
No, just like, I haven't been living, Tamara. But I feel like if someone works that hard to go and screw your wife, you should just let him have her, right? Like, yeah. At that point, it's like, dude, you guys constructed this whole like, prison break scenario just to be able to have sex behind my back. Like, I guess you're clearly the sweeter man, bro. Like, yeah. I'm not gonna, whatever, you win.
Chivalry's not dead.
No, it is not.
I'll build you a tunnel, baby.
yeah. I really dig that, girl. Okay. Well, that's crazy. Okay, here's one. Man files lawsuit over Hawaiian rolls not being made in Hawaii. I love this.
Wow.
So, this reminds me of, Red Bull gives you wings slogan. I'm pretty sure someone sued Red Bull because it doesn't actually give you wings. Like, this is how crazy litigation is in the States. It's like, you could sue anyone for anything. I mean, people sued McDonald's for coffee being hot. It's like, no kidding, right? That's why they have to put warnings on stuff. So this says, yeah. So that reminds me of that. It says a New York State man filed a class action lawsuit against the makers of King's Hawaiian sweet rolls, alleging the company misled him into believing the California manufactured sweet rolls are made in Hawaii. He said Robert Belinsky of Yonkers said in his lawsuit against King's Hawaiian that the packaging prominently features Hilo Hawaii on the front, but the back reveals they are actually made in Torrance, California. Like, he says the packaging misled him into purchasing the product, believing the rolls to be made in Hawaii. Well, Jesus, like, what is the pain and suffering here?
This has caused me so many sleepless nights, endless distress. I feel bad for him. I want him to come to Toronto and see that only Filipinos run Jamaican restaurants and only Chinese people have black hair salons. What's he gonna do then?
Yeah. We're all being gaslighted. God. Yeah, it even says on the packaging too. That's the insane thing. He's like, it misled him into purchasing the product. So like, I guess he purchased it and then he took it home and he read the packaging. And he's like, oh, it's made in California. Oh, PTSD. So,
how could they do this to me?
Yeah, betrayed. Oh no. And it doesn't say how much he's suing for. I can't imagine that it could be much more than the cost of the package.
$3?
Sweet rolls. Yeah, like what the hell are you, like, how can you actually claim that this caused some damage to you, right? I guess it just says, yeah, taking legal action against other manufacturers for using the phrase Hawaiian rolls in marketing. Wow, okay, interesting. And then the King's Hawaiian website states the rolls were created by so-and-so in the 1950s when he opened up a bakery in Hawaii. The company was renamed to King's Bakery when it later expanded to Honolulu, and the business eventually closed to Torrance. King's Hawaii has yet to publicly respond to the lawsuit. They love their PR teams. Like, oh no, guys, like
we're on to us.
Yeah,
it's like that whole Hilaria Baldwin thing. How she's just actually not Spanish at all. Have you heard about this?
No. What is this?
Alec Baldwin's wife, Hilaria, I think it's Hilaria Baldwin, has been passing as a Spanish woman this whole time. But it turns out she's just a regular chick from like Boston. And she just went to Spain once and took flamenco lessons and just became a Spanish woman and changed her name from Hillary to Hilaria to make it sound like she was Spanish. Has been living this lie for like 25 years.
Wow. That is hilarious. What the hell? So she's like a Rachel Dolezal for like, are you talking like European Spanish? Like, I'm Spanish. This is insane.
She's not Spanish at all. Like, she's just a full-blown like regular white girl.
That bitch, she appropriated my culture. You know, like, rarely I get to say that.
Have you not seen this? It's everywhere. And Alec Baldwin's like trying to defend her, but it's like, you can't. You can't. She's just like, oh, I just really am like enthralled and like love the Spanish culture. And they're like, right, but you changed your whole name and told everyone you were Spanish, and you're literally not. And Alex Baldwin's like daughter Ireland is just like, that's a you thing, girl. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to hear anything about it. That sucks.
Oh man, that's great. Imagine if they named their daughter Spain instead of Ireland.
Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's going to survive that. Like, I don't know how you survive something like that.
Yeah, that's a PR nightmare. Okay, so we're running out of time here. This show can be heard on the Barnburner Radio Network on its 122 platforms. Please check out barnburner.ca for all the news and programming. That's Barnburner.
Watch it.
Hear it.
Read it.
Download it.
Live it.
Live it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, you can find Tamara at Team Air on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Warren J Comedy. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Happy